Yo, morning guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. So today I am doing some outside lights which we're going to be setting up on a dusk till dawn sensor. There's been some burglaries in the area and they want to make sure now that they have lit up the property a lot better so the CCTV can pick people up who shouldn't be here a lot clearer. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button in the corner, turn your notifications on, and you will get notified every time we release a video. So let's get stuck into it and let's explain the job. So what we're going to be doing, we are fitting these bad boys. So the customer has supplied these. We arranged this a little while ago, this job, but as always, we're busy and we are now here today to do it. So the other thing we're going to use is a mini photocell, okay? And the way we're going to do that is by making that up, okay? So what I use for that is a Whisker 308 box and obviously a miniature photocell, which is that bad boy. So the idea is that the customer doesn't want any timers and all the rest, doesn't want to have to bother with any of that faff, so it's literally just on all night and comes off. They're all LED fittings anyway, so they are fairly cheap and efficient to run, and obviously for peace of mind, that's what they want to do. So what we're doing is basically let me show you out here, we are going to be fitting the two to the outside walls of the garage. So basically that one there and that pillar there is where we're going to be mounting them. So our consumer unit is here, which is already took the lid off. So we're going to be picking up the supply from here and fitting a switch spur, and then we're going to mount the photocell actually on that side of the property so it doesn't get interfered with when the lights are on, because obviously if I put it on the front, which there is also a security light on there that's got a PIR on it, but if I put the photocell on the front, it's just not going to work correctly, is it? Because it's going to be on all the time. So the idea is that I'm going to whack it on the side and then that'll be that taken care of. So first things first for me, what I'm going to do is I always work backwards from the lights. So I'm going to get the lights fitted, I'll get them mounted up and all wired back that way, and that is what I'm going to do. That is the fastest way for me to do it. So as usual, there's going to be, we're going to use a 1mm twin and earth on there, trying to give you a little bit more details on the actual setup that we are going to be using. We're going to be using the DeWalt stapler to clip the cables across that face, because if I do it across all the rafters on there, the roof trusses, sorry, it's going to end up potentially sagging and all that sort of stuff, and I don't want that because that's going to look naff. So the idea is that we're going to be just clipping directly along there with a cable stapler, and then where we come down this way, we're going to have to drop it in traditional normal clips, because the cable stapler probably won't go into that mortar. But I have got a new secret weapon coming. Well, it's not coming, I've actually got it, but the video will be coming, and I'm just waiting for some fittings, and you'll see that, and it should hopefully revolutionize the way that we all do our fit outs. Okay, as usual, outside lights, it's hammering it down, it really is. So that's brilliant, as we can see. So I'll just bring you in a little bit of a closer look. So we've stapled that all the way across, dropped it down that side, and then returned it over to here, used all the twin clips and bits and bobs. So I've got another idea, and although I've already pre-prepped that photocell in a black whisker box, hopefully you can just hammering it down. So what I'm thinking of doing is actually mounting it to the side of this. So I'm going to put the whisker box up there in the actual soffit itself, and that way it's going to look like it's actually part of the CCTV system, although it's not. But I've already drilled it out in a black one, so do you know what? I just think it'd rather be a better job and whack it in a white one, because I think that will actually look better. And some of you might say that yes, that photocell is a waste that is doing it like that, but it's not, because I've actually got some other stuff to do for the inside stuff at a later date. So I'll put it to one side and I'll keep it for later. But I just think it's better to own up and think, actually, I think I can do that better. And I think that's the key, is if you can do your job better, if you see something that you're not quite happy with and you think, actually, I can do that better than that, then change it. Because you don't want to look back and come back in, 2-3 years time or whatever and go, ooh, that was a bit rough, I could have done that better. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'll get that all prepped, but also that means I can show you boys and girls how I go about making that, can't I? Okay, so we're going to make this photocell up now. So the photocells, the mini ones that we use, comes basically like that, and you've got a rubber seal on there, another rubber seal, and then your locking ring. Okay, so the way I go about making it, if you make it slightly different, then obviously let me know. So I use a step drill like that. Now, obviously on the front of these, on the Whisker 308s, it looks like I'm sponsored by Whisker, but I'm not. I just really like their products. So it's actually in that cross point. Now, it might waver off slightly. So ideally I'd be doing this on a bench, but obviously if not, you can't see it. So obviously start it off like that. And obviously the idea of the step drill is as you go in, it goes down, down it goes. So let me just double check that size. It's always better, it's like that is tight, okay? So it's always better to take your time, and if it means you've got to slightly adjust it, then do it rather than faff about too much, because if you do and you get it wrong, it's going to let water in. Okay, so that is really, really tight now. It's a little bit too tight for my liking, so it's in between one of these steps. So you do it both sides for obvious reasons, and that's opened it out a tiny bit, so hopefully that should be enough. Yeah, see, so that's literally just managed to go through. So the idea is then you put your sealing ring on top of that, and then your locking ring on, and that will give you a watertight seal. So it gives you your mini photocell, and yeah, I think that will look a lot better up against the soffit there, and then that basically will just fit inside there, and that's all you'll see on the top of it. So yeah, that's how I go about making the photocells up. Okay, photocell is up. So we've wet that up now, and it's got basically the gist of it is you've got a permanent live to it, a switch live, and a neutral. Simple as that. There's no more to it other than that. So what I've done, I'm just going to show you now quickly. So we've cable clipped it all along, okay, back down to here. I've then removed the lighting supply out of that, pulled it back through there, and I've dropped on another switch spur. So that is level, that is not. So we've whacked on the fuse spur, and we've also fitted, I keep saying we, it's still just me. So we are going to do the big reveal tonight, Matthew. I'm going to be Sparky. So we fitted the lights up now. So we've got that little bad boy there, so an up and down anthracite fella. Also this one on here, and we have got the photocell. So I've mounted the photocell up, so right next to the CCTV, so it looks all part and parcel of it. I think that's actually a better job having it in white. Like I say, being honest, I think that's a better job. So now we need to activate it. So I'm going to label it all up as well, which I'll do. So I'll just label up what this switch actually does. So I've got my lights are both on at the minute, and then what's going to happen is they will go off once the photocell sorts itself out. There's also a lot of mental little, like tiny white little flies, which I don't think you're going to pick up. But yeah, so that's what is going on outside. It's a little bit weird. The good news is that it is stopped raining, which is amazing because it was properly wet earlier on, absolutely soaking, which is not good. So, but yeah, so that is the job as we stand right now. So I'm just going to make sure that these all go off and then we can activate them and make sure they're all working correctly. So the photocell is now kicked in and gone to normal life. So both of those are off now. So it might be a little bit tricky trying to sort this out while we're here. So the idea is photocell's up. I'm going to try and cover it and then hold that. Try and hold that and activate it. But yeah, quite like these little mini photocells, to be honest. They are a nice little feature. Yeah, I've not held it for long enough. So basically, I'll cover all that up and make sure they're all working. But we know they're all activated now, which is great. So yeah, so that's me in a nutshell. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Leave your little comments below. I'm sure if you would generally do it slightly differently. If you want to know why we've done it this way, or if you've got a better idea of doing it, then let us know. Just as a quick side note, obviously some people might go, well, you've got no RCD protection for this on here. It's a metal consumer unit, and also on the other end of that armoured, it's actually got its own little RCBO inside the house because we did that a long time ago. So, hope you enjoyed, guys. You take care and see you later.